Last time on Dragon Ball Z, while the Z crew hid away in the bowels of Kami's sleepaway camp, the Earth took matters into its own hands and deployed a secret weapon that had been hidden away till just the right moment. And that moment was now. With 80% of the Earth's population now safely tucked away in the Majin Buu's small intestine, the Earth decided that the time was right for Mr. Satan to brush his chest hair, pick his afro, and make a first-hand appearance to Buu's lodgings to put the Earth's greatest terrorist threat into check. Utilizing the powerful might of his unorthodox martial arts techniques, Satan gave it his all against the rose-tinged Ravisher, but eventually succumbed to the villain's evil might. That means that the Earth's fate is now in the hands of a washed-up teenage prodigy and Generation Alpha, and to be completely honest, hope was fading fast. The alpha dog Zoomer, Gotenks, decided to do a quick warm-up lap around the Earth a few times before arriving on Buu's porch for a high-stakes call-out. Unfortunately though, with only a minute left on the clock, the fused fighter's energy was fading fast and the boys went from zero to hero, hiding just as quickly as they arrived at Buu's doorstep after hearing him make his way out the front door. After realizing that whoever was dumb enough to use his name recklessly vanished quicker than a tumbleweed in a western, Buu returned inside so Hercule could finish reading him an afternoon story so he could get back to his full-time job of terrorizing the Earth.
Thanks, Bottom Buddy. I really liked that part where the children were screaming for mercy and the man kept laughing anyway. But I guess that's my cue. All for another day of taking innocent lives. See you later.
Give him hell, Buu. Make sure you take out double the humans just for me, right? Damn, I really hate those guys. Don't forget your suitcase and make sure you come back in time for dinner. As the doting wife Hercule wished his husband well, as soon as Buu was out of earshot, Hercule opened his Amazon package full of Acme Dynamite and prepared to give Majin Buu a one-way ticket to otherworldly marital bliss as soon as he was back from his day job. Not far from his new lodging, two bitch-made bandits decided that Buu's human extinction spree was the new siren signal beginning the purge, and parked themselves in a nearby grassy knoll, taking out senior citizens with expert precision. Hercule was unable to make full preparations before the sudden arrival of Buu caught him completely off guard. What the hell was he doing back so soon? Hey, Master Buu, you kill all those gross humans already?
Nah, but I found this and it's pissing me off. It won't run away from me, and that's the only way Buu can get his rocks off when he's committing murder.
Buu, that's a dog, and I'm pretty sure his leg is messed up so it can't run.
Oh, I'll just fix that there.
Like nothing, Majin Buu instantly healed the dog's leg as he eagerly stared it down, waiting for it to start running so he could stomp it like Mario be doing them turtles. He was taken even more off guard when the thing approached him and began licking him.
What the hell? Why is it licking me? Buu not candy.
Oh, he likes you, Master. Looks like you got a new friend.
Wait, he like Buu? You like Buu too, right?
Yeah, Buu, about as much as I like a traffic cone in my rectum.
Awesome. We'll try that later. It feels good having friends. Buu give him ball chocolates too to commemorate the occasion.
No, Buu, you can't do that. It'll die. Dogs gotta have dog food, big fella. Let your buddy run into the grocery real fast and we'll fix your new friend right as rain. Hercule felt he found the golden opportunity. As soon as he got enough distance, he was gonna blow that whole apartment complex to high hell and reclaim his throne as the apex predator as he should have been. But as he observed through the window Majin Buu interacting with his newfound puppy, the old champ felt his heart grow 3 sizes that day and decided that the explosive finish could wait. As Hercule made his way to the market, the Purge enjoyers were busy making their dreams of GTA 5 RP a reality, terrorizing all the nearby homes and stores, taking out anything that moved strictly because the land was lawless and there was nothing left to stop them. As Hercule got back with the food and saw how tender Majin Manson was with the animal he only just met, he couldn't help but ask the obvious. Buu, so you know how you blow up houses and kill humans and eat their bones and stuff? Why exactly do you do that?
Because it's fun. My pops Bibbidi and Bobbidi always told me the best way to have a good time was to do hood rat stuff with my friends.
No way, so that's really it, just because? But that stuff is so bad and horrible though. All it took was a quick change in Buu's facial expression for Hercule to run his whole opinion back. Nah, I'm just playing, Buu. It's like Michael Jordan said, F them kids, right?
So, you really think Buu shouldn't do hood rat stuff no more?
Yeah, it's kind of bad.
Then Buu stop. No more spinning the block.
Wait, no, it's that easy? Hercule couldn't believe it. He was really a god on earth. All it took was a quick mentoring session from the people's champ to make the bad guy change his ways. Was there nothing him and his afro couldn't do? As Hercule and Buu celebrated his new lease on life, it quickly became apparent that a good thing is only allowed to last so long. When the pup, while chasing a freshly thrown ball, found a bullet lodged in his rib cage.
That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
The two scumbags from earlier found their way to Boo's home in the sticks and decided that the only real way to commemorate the Earth entering the Violence Jack continuity was to turn their ire on small domesticated animals. Both Boo and Hercule watched a shot occur and something within both of them snapped at seeing the innocent life being snuffed away so callously. But before they could properly react, a massive explosion went off, leaving them both surrounded in a cloud of dust and debris. It appeared the two men took a quick trip to Rondo No. 9's house and came into possession of a whole-ass rocket launcher, which they proceeded to fire at Boo and Hercule's abode, determined to levy themselves as the new saviors of the human race. As the men celebrated, it was short-lived as subordinate henchman number 2 took a rapid nosedive off the face of the cliff and Shawn Michaels started sweating bullets. The champ made his way to the top of the cliff and he was pissed. There were two things Hercule couldn't stand: a woman with no ass and a bully. And by Kami, this fella in front of him was about to learn that lesson in rapid fashion. As Hercule proceeded to beat the moral sensibility into the wonton murderer, Boo looked on in shock. Never in his life has he ever had someone fight alongside him, feel anger and hate not towards him, but with him. Watching Hercule beat the life out of the ponytail pushover ignited within Boo a strange flame that had never been previously lit. What was once novelty and entertainment slowly became compassion and care for the well-being of another. After Hercule finished spitting on the grave of the worthless puppy Punisher, both his and Boo's day got better when Satan noticed that the dog was still holding on to life. Rapidly, Boo returned to the puppy's side and was able to save it from the brink of Yimba's lobby, leaving Hercule and Boo playing Ring Around the Rosie as they danced in elation at the fact that the new friend would be okay. Up above on the loser's lookout, Big Green looked down and couldn't even process what he was seeing. So what the hell did that jabroni Hercule put in Majin Boo's chocolates? Isn't it amazing, Piccolo? With Boo being a good guy now, looks like we won't have to fight him after all. Not gonna happen, Dende. Boo's move switches faster than Bulma's relationship status, and he's not a risk that the Earth can afford. I don't care how nice he seems right now, that fat pink wig is getting pushed back no matter how he acts. As Boo and Hercule celebrated their dub, the Heartbreak Kid decided that while he may have been knocked out of the ring, he wasn't out of options, and pulled the gat out of his got and started blaming on the people's champ. Believing the worst, Boo was once again pushed to the limit of his sanity, having finally learned to care for another only to have it taken from him minutes later. The flamingo-tinged fighter stumbled his way to Hercule and by a miracle was able to save the champ's life. But just like any man who's been edging too long, he reached a point of no return and knew that things could only end up in a messy conclusion. Using what remained of his sanity, he gave one final warning shot to his curly-headed companion.
Get out of here. Take the dog with you.
But Boo, I can't do that. We're friends now. Bottom buddies for life, remember? We even got the tattoos to prove it.
Not gonna say it again. Run or die. It's too late now.
And with those final words escaping his coral-colored lips, Boo exploded, seemingly overcome with anger until his stack blew completely and a cloud of steam hung ominously in the air, not unlike the one that gave birth to him just a short while ago. And out of the smoke, as everyone in the vicinity and those far above observed in terror, the ghost of Charlie Murphy levitated on high, solemnly floating as they all anticipated his next move. It appeared that in Boo's fit of rage and subsequent mental collapse, something within him fractured, and there were now two Boos, Slim Thick and Curvy. Black and Mild versus Big League Chew. BPC versus never mind, y'all get the picture. And the first thing Slim Thick Boo did after letting out a nasty grin when he surveyed the landscape was roll up on the Dog Pound's #1 op and eradicated his existence in the nastiest 10-1 matchup the game has ever seen. Then once he got that out of his system, for whatever reason, this Menace runs like a mascot from a PS1 era 3D platformer and got directly into his big body cousin's grill, violating all types of personal space regulations without consent. Boo took about as kindly to it as anyone could be reasonably expected to, and blamed his evil twin on the chin to let him know he requires a mandatory 6 feet spread minimum when it comes to interacting with strangers. Turns out that was just a warning shot, because once that happened, the two were off to the races, trading licks back and forth, no words exchanged, in the most vivid example of problems on sight the Earth has ever seen. But as the battle wore on, it became clear that Big Body Boo found himself in the strange position of being the underdog. For whatever reason, it seemed as though he lost most of the power in the divorce, and Charlie Murphy proceeded to step all over his proverbial couch with Tim's on and not a regret in sight. In a cruel twist of fate, Majin Buu attempted to use his trump card, shooting his cannibal candy beam back at his melanated brother, only to find the winds of change now floating back in his direction, and in the next moment, Boo was turned into a chocolate treat, meeting the same fate as the many victims he had downed before. With satisfaction, BBC Boo made his way over to his taffy-colored twin, and in an act of incestuous violence, ate his brother, whom was also his dad, and as a sickening smile stretched across his face, it was clear something insane was happening. A familiar cloud of steam began to envelop African-American Boo, and as the smoke cleared, a new Boo stood in front of him. No longer slim, thick, or a brick house, this new Boo seemed to embody the best of both Boos that had come before. Then after a brief stretch, New Boo 2.0 let out a primal screech in an exhibition of power that had Big Green nearly sweating out of his brand new turban on the lookout.
We are so...
Hey Piccolo, what's the matter? Something weird going on down there?
Krillin, I know you've been out of the game for a while, but you can at least still sense ki, can't you? Majin Buu has changed. Not only has he been taking his Ozempic, but internally he is now filled with nothing but hate and malice. We thought he was the perfect killing machine before, but that was child's play compared to this.
No way, Piccolo. You always did worry too much. Did you forget? We got the offspring of Goku and Vegeta on our side fused. They're the ultimate warrior in the universe, right? Oh wait, it's Majin Buu, no matter how buff he is, can compare to something like that. Piccolo refrained from speaking because he knew that he might cry if he allowed himself to actually admit how bad things were. Below, the henchman who initially caught the brunt of the champ's rage had finally awoken and unfortunately did not read the bold letters in the Jobber's manual telling you not to fire guns at the monster of the week. Boo's attention was now totally fixated on this man, but rather than blowing him away as he could have done without the slightest tinge of effort, Boo decided he wanted to get nasty with it. I don't know what came over this creature, but rather than any old traditional punch, kick, or ki blast that would have immediately done the trick, Majin Buu decided to get on his Danny Phantom bag, fly through the air at record speed, and no diddy got all up inside this man's throat at the speed of light.
Entering Glizzy Overdrive.
I swear homie was taking it like a champ too. I bet under those dress clothes he got one of those limitless throat tattoos cats be getting out of the way. He just took the whole thing with no water, nothing. Just straight to the neck. But of course it wasn't over. Nah, far from it. Because Boo, after he was already in the man's gut, started doing gymnastics all up inside the dude's gastric system. And moments later, after having the dude looking like he was about to evolve into a Snorlax, just spontaneously combust, leaving everybody that saw what happened reaching for the nearest container of bleach. Then as Boo re-encrypts his whole encryption, Souza glanced over at his bottom buddy like, yeah, you like that shit, huh? After flying off to who knows where to do Kami knows what. Satan, after making eye contact and realizing he was still alive, reflexively entered promo mode. I should have known he was gonna fly off scared after making contact with the champ. Even after all those transformations, he knows better than to mess with a real one. Hercule was no stranger to premature happenings, and here was yet another to add to the list, because hanging above him overhead stood the new Majin Buu, poised to end his career faster than mentioning Haley in an Eminem diss track. Bottom, buddy. These were the only words that left Boo 2.0's lips before making haste in the other direction, leaving a trail of carnage in his wake. Despite the vastness of both internal and external change within him, it appeared that the pup and bottom buddy left an indelible mark that still remained somewhere in the heart of the rouge-colored villain. While Satan may have the luck of the devil, though, there were others that remained on Earth who were not so lucky. As Boo raced through the air, his orientation changed and the creature made a 90-degree turn upwards and Piccolo's worst fears were confirmed. Boo's transformation, whether through bloodlust or improved ability to recognize ki, led him directly to the loser's lookout where everyone's worst fears in an instant became a stark reality. Bring.
What? My ears might be big, but without context,
I said bring them out.
Bring them out? Whatever you say. You heard him, 18. Go ahead, you start with the shirt and we'll move from there.
No, fool, the ones with the hands. I was promised a warrior that would fight me and I demand them right now. They have to be here. This is the only place remaining with real power.
My mistake, yes. The warrior you speak of is here, but they can't fight you. They're resting now in order to battle you at full power, yeah.
Wake them. I beat their ass now.
Wait, hold on, Boo. We need a little longer, please. They aren't at full strength and not the glaze, but a man such as yourself will want to fight them at full power, right? Anything less would be a waste of your time for someone like you. This was the longest 5 seconds of Piccolo's life. No, that won't do. Bring them out right now. I hate waiting. Piccolo could barely contain his desperation. It's sinking him to do it, but with the impatience this new Boo was now exhibiting, there was only one shot they had to give Goten and Trunks the time they needed to reach full power to prepare for the battle of their lives. Look, Boo, how about this? Our warrior isn't ready, but you hate waiting, right? Then keep yourself busy. There are still tons of humans left on Earth to play with. How about you finish killing all of them, and then when you return, the fighter you have been waiting for will be ready to face you. Piccolo couldn't believe he allowed the words to escape his lips, but it had to be done. Those two boys were the only shot. The rest of humanity could be wished back with the Dragon Ball, so despite the heartlessness of the request, it was a calculated strategy and the only real one he had left at the time. By now, everyone on the lookout was aware of the presence of Boo 2.0, but the strange part still remained. Not only were they not dead,
But now Boo seemed to be taking a leisurely stroll around the lookout, and none in attendance could seem to grasp as to what was going on in the creature's head. Boo continued, doing his laps around the lookout like a soccer mom attempting to get her steps in for the day, until he eventually returned to Piccolo's location, stopped directly in front of the former guardian, and raised a devious smile in conjunction with his arm. The next moment, an innumerable amount of ki blasts released from the tyrant's palm, lining up the sky in a sort of twisted 4th of July fireworks display. After the initial surprise and wonder at what they were seeing gave way, the surprise gave way to terror and disgust when the realization hit. That attack wasn't random. Boo just sent a personalized bullet with every human out there's name on it, and he wasn't one to miss. There, humans all dead now. Time to fight. And here, with Boo's horrifying proclamation, is where we'll call it. Tune in next time as Piccolo attempts every desperate maneuver he can manage to buy some time for Goten and Trunks. Will he be able to stall Boo long enough for the boys to regain the strength they need, or will the newly transformed villain's patience wear out as the curtain slowly begins to close on the fate of the Earth? Only one way to find out. Be easy, y'all, and catch you again in the next video.